My name's Chris and I like listening to music. I'm going to listen to Friendship Caveman Wakes Up. I gave this 9 listens about 3 months ago, then had a bit of a summer break. Now I'm back. I remember I liked it, just can't remember how much. I gave it an 8 out of 10 on the first listen. Let's see what the last listen brings. Track 1, Salvage Title. Straight in with what is obviously their biggest influence. It just sounds like Smog, but hey, more bands should sound like Smog. As influences go, that's a really good one. Just a wonderful sound. You know, not hard, but certainly not soft either. A voice that sounds like it's been through the ringer a few times, you know, telling stories of hardship over a melody that makes you want to cry. My only complaint about that track is that it's over too soon. 10 out of 10. Track 2, Tree of Heaven, picking up the pace quite a bit actually, rocking out even. You know, Low is another band that they remind me of, and it sounds like them when they rock out. Beautiful use of violin in the backgrounds, quite Velvet Underground in its sinisterness. Great hook, driving bass, simple but effective drums, and a chorus that a payoff that hits like an Americana pavement. Really can't ask for more than that. What a great start to the album, another 10 out of 10. Track 3, Betty Ford, still wonderful, but a bit of a drop off on the sound and the impact. Cracking song, mind you, and more engaging than most things I listen to. He's got a fantastic ear for melody, in a sort of Tom Petty way, but mainly Smog. So sad lyrically, but the music is positive, you know, a bit like early REM if you like. Not all straightforward, some nice side steps into a more jazzy feel. Pretty darn wonderful, 9 out of 10. Track 4, Free Association, little bit different, a little bit more pop. Could be like on the soundtrack to Little Miss Sunshine or something like that. Could be a massive hit worldwide if there was less music in the world and no major labels. You know, showing the ambition that lies underneath this band and what an amazing band it is. The sort of song that you put on and people ask, what's that? That's amazing. Even people who don't listen to a lot of music. You know, it didn't quite have the impact as the early indie stuff for me because, hey, I'm an indie kid, but you really see the potential there and what a wonderful song. I'm going to give that a 10 as well, 10 out of 10. Track 5, Hollow Skulls, the first really big drop off for me in quality. It's just not as good as what came before. Not terrible, but not very exciting. Somehow doesn't fit in with what came before it. Maybe trying a bit too hard to be different. It feels like half a song. It does sound a bit like David Byrne in it, which is always a good thing, but yeah, huge drop off for me, 6 out of 10. Track 6, Artex. Back to what they are good at, I suppose. You know, melancholy indie rock. Sounds like Smog or Low, but not as good a song as the highlights of earlier. Mid-album lulling effect, I think. Some nice effects in the background, but feels like a jam rather than a song. 7 out of 10. Watch out for the second half of the review. Please like and subscribe.